But yeah, so if you guys have been trying those, let us know. I know Danny was just asking you. But I'm going to go ahead and plug in my little heat press here because we're going to do a couple different things today. So what we'll start with is the two things I'm going to do. So basically I have two different versions here. So I have DTF on this side and I have opposite. I have DTF on this side and UVDTF on this side. So if you guys know what those two phrases are, pop it in the chat. Let us know if you are familiar with either craft, if you do those crafts, if you like them, if they confuse you like they have confused us in the past, let us know. Hopefully we're going to answer those questions for you today. So I have a couple of things out. I think we'll start, like I said, with the easier one first, which is going to be specifically UVDTF. So when I say UVDTF, does anybody in the chat kind of want to talk about what either of those are? Let me know before I just start telling you guys. Okay. I'm going to take your silence as you guys need to know the answer. So let's talk about it. So first off, there are two different phrases. So this one specifically over here, I'm referring to the harder products. These you would use DTF on. And when I say DTF, it's going to be these transfers. So these transfers here, what makes them special is, and I keep saying it backwards, I'm so sorry. Yes, Jesse?
Which one are you talking about right now? DTF?
I am talking about UVDTF.
Okay.
Basically, the difference between the two, and I'll just say it so that we don't get confused anymore, UVDTF doesn't require any actual heat to actually transfer. So UVDTF, permastickers, those are basically going to be the same kind of thing. Whereas DTF needs a heat transfer to actually process. So this side over here, these soft goods, these are all regular DTF, and then these guys are going to be UVDTF, which means they cure through just regular light. They're not going to cure through anything else, like they don't need any extra heat, nothing like that. You can simply apply them, they're good to go. So that is the big difference between the two. When you are working with the two, so UVDTF, because it's going to be mostly like these stickers, things like that, you're going to want to apply them to hard surfaces. So think memory boxes, think tumblers, think decanters, whiskey glasses, anything like that. Even our bottle openers, we tried on those work really great too. So any harder surfaces like that, you can use these kind of transfers on. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Let's do something easy. Let's go ahead and pull out our friendly new tumbler. And if there's any questions along the way, be sure to let me know. We're going to move kind of fast because we have a lot of products that we can get through. Yes, Jesse?
So, just to reiterate, DTF, you apply heat and it goes on soft surfaces.
Yes.
And UVDTF, it's no heat and it goes on hard surfaces.
That's exactly what I should have said the first time. Perfect,
So,
Jesse.
we're working on UVDTF for hard surfaces first.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I'm going to show a little comment.
I'm just going to move some stuff out of the way.
So people can kind of see.
All right, so what I have first, I'm going to go ahead and put my handle on. Now, for anyone who doesn't have a handle yet and you want to still be kind of mindful of where the handle rests, keep in mind where the threading is on your cup. If you look inside of it, you'll see an end point on the top and the bottom. Right in the middle of where those threads end, that's actually where the handle rests. So if you want to be mindful when you're placing your images of where your handle is going to be, I know my handle will fall right here, so I'll probably want to place my image toward the front or on the side, just somewhere where the handle isn't going to be, if that makes sense to you guys. So I do have a handle, so I'm going to go ahead and just use it just to make sure. And yep, it rested right where I thought it was going to. I'm going to leave my straw inside and my lid. And let's go ahead and just apply a fun little sticker to this.
Sam?
Yes?
Do you have to clean it first?
You do usually clean them, but these items are brand new in their packaging. I know that they're already pretty cleaned, so I wouldn't do that right now, but if you're not sure, or if you just want to make sure, absolutely, it's not a bad idea. Let's use one of these. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab my scissors, and I'm going to cut out one of these images. What do you guys think? Should we do the cat, or should we do the face? Let me know. First one to get 3 votes will be the winner. The cat or the face on this cool pink water bottle. What do you think, guys?
Let's see. Need some votes.
So let us know. And for anyone who's curious where we got these transfers from, So these are actually from Ninja Transfers. So we worked with these guys before. They make really cool designs. These were all just kind of pre-picked designs from them. So they have a lot of those on the site, or you can always plug in your own. Yes.
One for cat, one for face.
Okay. 1 and 1.
2 for cat.
2 for cat.
Oh, Leslie. Hi, Leslie.
Hey, Leslie. How's it going?
And one more. Let's see. Maybe 2 more. Cat.
Excellent. All right, so we'll do the cat on here, and we'll put the rest of these to the side for now. But yeah, these are all regular DTF, UVDTF stickers, so any of these could be used. All right, now we'll go ahead, and first thing you want to do, when you have these stickers, you'll notice that there's going to be a clear film over the front of them, and then a white sheet on the back that the sticker's on. First thing we want to do is we want to transfer this sticker onto the top layer, which is the carrier sheet. So we're going to flip it upside down. We're going to use one of these little tools, a little flattening tool that comes with it, and we'll just go ahead and smooth that sticker out. Once you can kind of feel the sticker start to kind of transfer over, then you are good to go. I'm just going to go ahead and go over the whole thing and make sure the whole thing transfers. All right, so I think that did it. Let's go ahead and check. So now we're going to want to go ahead and peel just the clear part of it. Let's see if I can find a corner to do that from. Here we go. And let's see. Yep, looks like it went onto the transfer sheet. So see how when I peel, the sticker is on that clear sheet now and not on the white sticker? Perfect. All right. Next thing we'll want to do, if you have like a tumbler cradle, things like that, that makes it really easy. Or you can kind of just set it down on your surface you want to use it on and go ahead and start laying it in place. Now the carrier sheet is pretty forgiving, but it's also very sticky. So make sure once you start kind of setting it down that you don't fully set it down until you like your placement. What do you think, guys? That looks pretty center, huh? Let's go ahead and set it down like that. And remember, keep asking questions as you have them, guys. Now this, I notice, is going to get cut off right here where basically this little under part is. So we'll see if we can get that to transfer over. If not, we might have to do some finessing. So let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of place that on. Kind of smooth it out as best I can. You can also use your little smoother that comes with your orders. Now what's really nice, guys, if we did mention that we're going to start kind of carrying this, right? So when we carry this, you will still be getting this cool little squeegee. And if for whatever reason you lose your little squeegee, don't worry, we have some in our toolkits as well. So we've tried that with these little transfers, and those work just as well too. So I think I got most of that to lay pretty flat. So let's go ahead and peel the carrier sheet and see how we did. I'm just going to get a little bit more right here. Awesome. Another thing you can do is you can always cut, like right where you see kind of that crease is, and then just lay them separately. That's something you can do in the future, but we're just kind of quickly seeing how this works. So let's go ahead and peel. And I'm going to peel a little bit slow just to make sure everything kind of stayed in place. Yeah, not too shabby. So again, the placement's a little wonky toward the bottom, but you can always cut that and kind of lay it separately as well. So not too bad. What do we think, guys? Cute little cup, and then you would hold it like this, and it's right in the front. But yeah, so that was super easy, and now it's totally customized. You can keep adding more of these. You can make them as minimalist or as covered as you want. You can even get these fully sized to the tumbler. So these are super cool. All right, let's go ahead and move on to a different one. Now, next, let's see how this works on glass surfaces. So now we have our decanter. So let's go ahead and we'll take that. And I think what we'll do is maybe dedicate probably 10 or 15 more minutes to these hard surfaces, and then we'll switch to the soft surfaces, if that sounds good to you guys. But let me know what we think. Now, this is going to be our triangle decanter. So it comes in a fancy, fancy box. It's going to open through this end here, I believe. Yeah, there we go. And then you'll notice that it comes with its own foam now. So these have been repackaged a little bit. So this is going to come in its own foam that you could reuse to gift, or you can kind of even gift it like this. But yeah, they're super cool. So we're going to take that out. We could even leave it in place if we want to make sure that it's nice and level. So let's just leave it where it is. How about that?
Yeah.
It's a good idea, right?
Arlene said she loved the last cup, and Ashley said it's cute.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, these are super cool. Really easy to customize. A great way to get a lot done, too, if you're looking to make like some big orders happen quickly. So let's see what kind of prints we have for this. So this I thought would be cute. I saw that there were a couple little giraffes here. So I figured we could put a giraffe on here, and then maybe we could put a tiny giraffe on the lid as well. Because there's a little itty bitty one right here. So why not, right? Yes, what's up, Jesse?
Ashley said the new packaging is great.
Isn't it?
And Leslie asked, will you guys restock on the other style decanters soon?
Yes, so basically everything that's out of stock right now should be coming back into stock soon. I want to say we're at about 4 weeks on most things, sometimes a little bit quicker on some things, but hopefully everything will be back really soon. Great questions, guys. All right, so I have my tiny little giraffe for the top part of the decanter, and then my regular size one for the main decanter. That way you know which goes with what.
And
Okay.
Betsy said they look so professional and high quality.
Don't they? They look great.
Hey, do you guys actually want to do me a favor? I'm gonna post a link and somebody click on it and see if it takes you to where it says.
You guys hear Jesse? So while he's doing that, go ahead and give his little link a try. It's going to go to Jesse's personal website. No, I'm just kidding. All right, it should have transferred to the carrier sheet. Let's see. And let us know if that link works for you. We're trying new things here, as always.
Oh, look, Mark. Hey, Mark, click the link, Mark. Tell me where it goes.
All right, guys, let me go ahead and get this to peel.
Ooh, someone scanned it.
Someone scanned it.
Someone scanned the QR code.
That's exciting.
And decanters are about 10 days away.
Oh, that's exciting. Look at that. Decanters are 10 days away, guys. Under promise, over deliver. All right, so now I'm going to lay this as centered as I can get him, with his little ears still being on the decanter. We're going to say right here. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, they said the link is working.
Excellent. That's exciting. Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
That was a cool find, Jesse. Good job. Now we're going to go ahead and
Right,
just
now
make
go
sure.
shop.
Huh?
Go shop, guys, now.
Now we're going to go ahead and get that to lay flat, and then we'll pull off that carrier sheet,
Oh, it does.
and it'll be stuck in place. Oh, nope, not yet.
Right, Betsy, it's a steal, huh? She said, and that price, wow.
Right? So guys, you might have just seen my fail just now. So let's say you lift and that sticker doesn't come off with you. So just go ahead and lay it back down and then flatten it a little bit more. And you should be good to go. So let's try this one more time. Still not sticking. Uh-oh. Maybe we should have cleaned this one first, guys. Let's see if we can try to get this hat to stick. Here we go. And let me know if you guys have any tips for me. Awesome, there we go. Yep, it just needed to be pushed down a little bit more. Yeah, that's totally staying in place now. Looks pretty awesome. Look at that little giraffe on there. Now we've got this little lid here that we wanted to try to put the giraffe on as well. Let's see, where should we put this on this one? I'm thinking right here on the top would be cool, right? Just a little giraffe guy right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay that back down. I'm gonna put this onto the carrier sheet. Awesome. And let's see if we got him to transfer. Now again, guys, we're working on UVDTF right now because it does not need any heat. These are basically like permanent stickers. They will live there forever. Let's see. There we go. Now let's get that to transfer onto the lid. There we go. Awesome. That looks so cute. I'm going to raise this so you guys can see it too. But that's super cute. The tiniest little giraffe. Yep, there we go. Alright, look at this, guys. Isn't that cute? Yes.
Mark said peel at a sharper angle may help the transfer stay down.
Peeling at a sharper angle. We can try that. We've had a lot of people tell us to make sure to do it slowly. So that's what we've been trying so far, but we can definitely try that too. Yeah, so the decanter looks nice and ready to go. But hey, wait, there's more. So we have this whiskey glass, right? So we want to make this all a set. So let's see if we can get this little guy onto the whiskey glass, right? Because then we'd have a whole set of giraffe things. So let me go ahead and move this out of the way, and then let's try to do that on the glass.
And Ashley said, you guys always do cool projects on the live.
Oh, thank you, Ashley.
We try.
We do. If you guys have any ideas, though, feel free to throw them our way. We are always loving new ideas. We definitely will try whatever crafts you throw at us, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, so now I have my whiskey glass, and it looks like this is fit perfect to the size of the glass, so this is going to work out pretty nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same process. We're going to make sure that it transfers over to the carrier sheet. And then once we have that UVDTF sticker onto the carrier sheet, we'll transfer it onto the whiskey glass. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and peel this, just like we've done the other ones. And what do you guys think? So far, very easy. Is this something you guys are already doing or something that you need to add to your life? And for those of you who do this already, tell us what your biggest struggles are with UVDTF or DTF. We would love to hear from you guys. Since we will be probably carrying something like this very, very soon, potentially even the very same brand, we'd love to hear what kind of problems you're experiencing currently and if we can make those any better for you. Now let's go ahead and get this placed. I want to try to line that top hat as close to the top as I can. There we go. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so that's placed pretty well, right? Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and make sure that this is stuck on. It helps when you start feeling like the ridges of the sticker. That kind of helps guide you too, to let you know that it's stuck in place. Yes, Jesse?
Two things.
Yes.
Ashley said, I'm obsessed with the new 30 ounce. The fact that the handles fit is so cool.
Right?
And then John asked, are you going to UVDTF the box too? Problem I'm experiencing is that decanters are not in stock.
The decanter that I picked is in stock, so haha on you. But no, I'm not gonna use a sticker on the outside of the box, but I might put a sticker on one of our memory boxes. All right. You could though if you wanted to. All right, so here we go. What do we think, guys? Pretty cool. Now there's a whole set of a little giraffe cup, decanter, and lid. Yeah, perfect. So I'll go put that back in the box and set it to the side. So I'm hearing we want to see a memory box next. So let's do that. All right, so I have this smaller box right here. We'll go ahead and do this one first. In case you're wondering, this is our brand new packaging, guys. So all of our memory boxes are going to come in their own box. That's right, boxes for your boxes. And let's open it up. So now, when you open it up, you'll see the little padding in here. So these are definitely a little bit more well protected than they were in the past. These are really, really nice packaging, and everything looks great with the box. So I'll go ahead and leave that plastic wrap to the side, and let's pick a transfer for it. So I have a few here. Yes, Jesse?
Will it stick to the white paper box?
I'm sure it will. It's a hard surface. But I don't want to waste one of these stickers on the paper box since I just cut it for the products that I have in front of me here. But thank you.
And John said, I never get to complain. I figured I would go for it.
That's fine. Go ahead. Keep complaining.
Get it out,
John. So now we've got this Valentine's Day sticker that we're going to use here. And we'll put this onto the wooden box. Again, you can absolutely put it on the other box if you'd like. You can even engrave the other box if you like. There's a lot you can do with it. But we'll just do this on this memory box now because I want it on a box that's going to last me a little bit longer. So now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do the same thing we've been doing. We're going to transfer that design to the carrier sheet. Remember with UVDTF, it does not need heat. It just needs to be transferred. So we're going to go ahead and get that to go onto the clear carrier sheet. And then we're going to go ahead and put it on the box. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and carefully place it. So So I want this to be basically in the middle. So I'm gonna line it up with where the closure is on this memory box. And we'll place it down. Awesome. And I already can kind of tell that this is locked in place. It's looking pretty good. And then we'll go ahead and lift it. Okay, at a sharper angle, they were saying. So let's try from down here.
So Mark also said UVDTF is slow, DTF fast.
Awesome.
But that was
Cool. Looking good, guys. So this is nice and decorated now. So just like that, you have a Valentine's Day box. So then you go ahead and put like your gifts in here if you want to customize something. Or, I mean, you can put chocolates in here, lumps of coal, whatever you think your Valentine deserves. Yeah, there you go. So that is the box. Now, I think we have time to do one more. Well, I mean, one more of the hard transfers. So let's go ahead and let's put one on a water bottle. Let's see how that goes. So we'll do another kind of curved surface, and I have this really like large smiley face to do for this. So let's go and get that on there. Now, we'll go ahead and unbox this. Again, guys, this is one of our newer products, the 32-ounce Hydro. This is powder coated, and this is fully in stock right now as well. We have really cool 10 colors to choose from. And the now dual lid, because it's both in one, it's going to have your pour top as well as your sippy top. So these are super cool. I usually like to make sure that they're screwed on nice and tight before you start any of your designing. So you want to make sure that that lid is going to be where you want it to be. So I use that kind of as my centering point, so I'll go ahead and leave that there. Let's see. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my little smiley face here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to transfer it over. So remember, always transfer to your carrier sheet, and then we'll put it on the item. Awesome. Okay, cool. So now we should have this over to the carrier sheet. Yep, there it is. Now what's cool about this one, guys, is there's a lot of space in between the design. So all this clear stuff here, like say you had a different color water bottle, like those colors will stick out. So you're going to see the white in between that instead of the clear. So that's pretty neat. Now let's go ahead and place this where we want it to be. I'm going to say right about here is where I want this to live. And I'm going to go ahead and just place my sticker carefully in the middle. And then you want to kind of push it down from the center and then start getting it even on your bottle. There we go. Awesome. So I like that placement. Let's go ahead and just squeegee it on. All right, it's looking pretty good so far. I really like that design on this water bottle. I think that was a good choice. Let's go ahead and start peeling it. Now with this one, I am going to move just a little bit slower just because I want to make sure all those little pieces that were floating are well pushed down in place. But yeah, came out pretty good. What do we think, guys? Little high voltage happy face. All right, so that was UVDTF. So you can do it, just to be clear, on any of these hard surfaces that we presented to you, including the paper box that the wood boxes come in. So lots of fun stuff you can do with this. Let's go ahead and move over to DTF and see what that's about. Just gonna move all of these out of my way. Now for this, I do have a glove, just in case anything gets too hot, so I'm gonna keep my glove handy. I don't need this transfer sheet anymore, or this little transfer thing anymore, so we'll put that to the side too. We might need our scissors, we'll leave that handy. But let's try some of our soft surfaces. So for this, guys, we have our coaster, we have our kitchen towel, and we have our shimmer pouch. So let me know what you guys want to see. Want to see the coaster, the kitchen towel, or the shimmer pouch first? Let me know. We're going to try to do all three of these today. First one with the vote gets to be done first. Yes, Jesse.
So no votes yet, but you're getting a lot of compliments. Leslie
Awesome.
said she loves them. Ashley said it's dope. Nella said she loves it.
Awesome.
Your mom said she loves it.
Thank
And,
you
John
guys.
said this is so much faster than subbing or UV.
Isn't it? It's super quick. So if you have like a bunch of projects to get through, it's a great way to do it.
And then Viviana just asked, are you using a silicone mat?
So I'm using our mat just as like a placemat, basically. This just kind of helps me center everything. For the heat transfer process, though, it is important to have something underneath. That way, it just kind of helps you give even pressure when you're applying. Yes.
And we have one for each. One for the pouch, one for the towel, one for coaster.
Which one was first?
Pouch.
All right, so the pouch is happening first, guys.
All right.
So we'll do the pouch first, and then we'll see if we get to these other guys. But let's go ahead and grab that pouch. So I'll leave that to the side. All right, so we've got our glittery pouch here. This is super cool. I love this pouch. What's nice about it is it's sublimatable, and it's already shiny. So anything you add to it is going to have a little flare. Yes, Jesse?
Is UVDTF the sticker version of UV printing?
I mean, I guess you could call it that. I don't say that I would say that off the top of my head, but yeah, pretty similar. Basically, think of it this way: the UVDTF, the reason why UV is in front of it is it cures through the light. It's not going to cure through a heat process. So that's kind of why that's in front of it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and we'll do some DTF. And we're going to pick a design for this. Let's see. Let's go ahead, and this is one of my bigger ones just because it's got a lot more space, so let's use this one. Now with this, you'll notice it is on a clear sheet, so no transfer sheet involved, so you're just going to use this specifically. It prints directly from where this is here. So basically, you can kind of feel the back surface of it, how it has a little bit of like a 3D feel to it almost, kind of like Braille almost. But we're going to use that on the product, so center it where you want it. You can put it in the middle, to the side, wherever it looks good to you. I actually kind of like the way it looked in the corner, so let's go ahead and leave that there. Yeah, so we'll leave that in the corner. I do recommend turning on your heat press when you're ready, so let's go ahead and get our heat press ready to go. We'll be doing 375 for 30 seconds. When I tested these the other day, that seemed to work pretty good, so that's kind of where we want these to be. Now, you do want to also use parchment paper for this, so have your parchment paper ready. Personally, I like to go ahead and just kind of sandwich my item within the parchment paper, so I'll go ahead and just put it under and over like this. You can also use tape if you want to secure it in place. You don't have to. Let's use a little just in case. Yeah, Jesse.
Alright, so here was John's answer. UV printing, it cures the ink directly on the product. UVDTF cures the ink on film. That way you can stick it to any product without using a giant machine to put it directly on the product.
That is a great explanation. Thank you for that.
And Liza said hi, and
Hi, Liza.
Sen Salazar said whoop whoop.
Hey, Cynthia, how's it going? Good to see you. I feel like it's been a little while. I'm glad Cynthia's in the house. How have you been, Cynthia? Tell us. All right, guys, so I'm waiting for my heat press to heat up. While that's pressing, or heating up, let's go ahead and set out some other designs for what else we can do. So we also have this coaster, so I'm going to go ahead and just grab a design for that as well. Let's see. I have a couple cool little prints here. Let's see. Oh, look at that. That fits really nicely there. We'll do the fleur de lis there. Let me know if I'm wrong. I want to say that that is the correct pronunciation. And then I have this super big one, in case we get to it, that I'm going to put on the actual towel. And we'll talk about how to do that as well. Personally, what I think would be best is maybe to cut some of it out and just do a little bit at a time. But we'll see. So we'll leave this aside for now, but we're going to try to get to this as well.
And then,
Yes, Jesse.
Cynthia said, hola, yes it has.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming back to hang out with us for a little bit.
Thanks for coming home.
While that's heating up, let's go ahead and we'll show you again some of the projects that we just completed. So remember, when we were doing the stickers earlier, that was the UVDTF because it doesn't need any heat. So basically, we did this little water bottle, this little design on here. Now you can feel it a little bit, but it's not going to come up. It is like a permanent sticker, so it will live there forever. And then we also have this handled 30-ounce tumbler that we did. So we've got two that were really easily applied, even over the curved area. And we did this box, ready for Valentine's Day. So you can go ahead and just use that as your Valentine's Day gift box. And we did a decanter and a whiskey glass. Yes, Jesse.
Cynthia said she got a bit sick with her son and now she's freezing. Texas is crazy.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Honestly, it's very cold here too, so I understand. I think it's just kind of going through everybody right now. So we're just about fully heated up on that. So let me go and get the kitchen towel out and ready to go as well, so that once we are ready to press it, we have everything ready to go. So again, guys, when you're using a DTF, which is the heat transfer one, you can go ahead and use most soft surfaces. We've noticed that even some of the harder surfaces, like the coasters, these come out really nicely on and work really well. So it really just depends on kind of the project you're doing. Definitely test it out and kind of make sure that it works. But yeah, so far we've had great success with it. We've even done it on our aprons. It works really well on those. I know Jesse's done it on a bunch of hats, t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
What's been your favorite thing to press, Jesse?
I think the hat was easiest, honestly.
The hat?
Yeah, I tried to do black shirts with our logos, but they keep not.
Didn't work out? Just got to do some more testing, probably. All right. So I've got all of my things ready to go, and my heat press is just about to reach temp, so perfect. Okay, cool. Now let's go ahead and grab that little heat press. We're going to go ahead and get this to press for us. So we'll do 375 for 30 seconds. I've got it all set up to go. I'm just going to go ahead and apply some light pressure, and away we go. Now, you can definitely try other settings for this as well. Depending on the press you're using, if it's automatic or one of these handheld guys, it's going to be a little different. So it just depends on what you're doing, but we have found that this time and temp works pretty well for us. So we're going to press it. When it does finish pressing, we'll need to let it cool for a little bit. This is a cool peel process. So we'll want to go ahead and just give it a second to let it cool off once this is done. Yes, Jesse?
So your mom asked Cynthia if it's snowing, and she said it was. Mother Nature said, I'm taking everyone.
Well, sounds like there's a lot going on out there, so hopefully that calms down for you soon. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and just lightly peel the parchment paper. And it does look like this did start to transfer, so that's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and just give it a second to cool off. I am fanning mine so that it cools quicker, but you really don't need to give it a lot of time, like maybe 30, 60 seconds, and it should be pretty cool. So we'll give it just another couple of seconds, and then let's give it a try. Okay, now with this one, we peel fast, right? All right, let's do it. So we're going to start from over here. And yeah, oh, look at that. That's awesome. So yeah, it totally transferred over. That is firmly on there. It's not really coming up on any of the ends. Yeah, what do we think, guys? Super easy, really fast, and already customized. So cool, we got one little project done. Let's move to our coaster.
Liza said in New York it's 19 degrees.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
That
I'm so sorry.
Fun.
That sounds fun to you,
Sound
Jesse?
like a good time? No, not at all.
Now, let's try it without using the tape and see what happens. Now, I do like the way that this is placed. Remember, you want the side that feels a little bit 3D to be the side that's touching where you want the image to go. So I'm going to go ahead and just line this up how I want it. I think that looks good diagonally. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my parchment paper. Like that. Awesome. And we're going to do the same thing. 375 for 30 seconds. We're applying medium pressure to this. I'm holding it in place, but I'm not giving it a whole lot of pressure. Just enough to where it is going to definitely make contact and get nice and warm so that it can transfer. But yeah, let me know. What do you guys think? So far, pretty easy. Who else is doing these kind of transfers at home? Let me know. And also, do you have your own machine or are you buying the prints? Because we might be able to help you with those prints very, very soon. All right, that's our timer. So we go to remove the press. And let's see. All right, well, it does look pretty stuck in place. We'll go ahead and let it cool for a minute. And then once it's cooled, we can go ahead and peel it. And this time we didn't use any tape. All right, so I think that this has transferred. Let's go ahead and do the quick peel. Look at that, guys. Perfect. So transferred right into place. Got a perfect little New Orleans symbol here. Great for Mardi Gras coming up soon. But yeah, check that out. All right, cool. So now we're gonna just do a small little design on here, just because we don't have time to get that big guy stuck in place. But if you're doing something big and you only have a small press, just take your time, do little sections at a time, 30 seconds over everything. Otherwise, you can always cut it up into smaller pieces and just do a little bit at a time. Yes, what's your question, Jesse?
Cynthia said prints for all blanks or just certain ones?
Well, the prints basically was kind of what we're going over. So the DTF prints you can pretty much put on anything that's like a soft surface. So we have all of the soft surface stuff that you can make prints for. That'll work for you. And then the UVDTF is going to be for the hard surfaces. So depending on what kind of product you're using, we should have it. I'm trying to think of a product that it wouldn't work on, and I'm stumped. Yes, Jesse.
So another question.
Uh-huh.
Well, first Jennifer said hi.
Hey, Jennifer.
And then Viviana said, what's better, sublimation or DTF?
I think it just depends. For sublimation, let's say you're using something that's darker, like you wanted to sublimate like on a dark t-shirt, it's going to be pretty hard for you. But if you use DTF, those vibrant colors are going to come through on that dark surface. So it really just depends. You'll notice that with this one, guys, I ironed it a little bit first because I wanted it to lay nice and flat. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little heart to this one. Let's go ahead and cut that out real quick. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and just place that where we want it. I'm going to say right here towards the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and use my little parchment paper again. And let's go ahead and get it pressed. So if you guys are using like a t-shirt, the kitchen towels, anything like that, those materials, make sure you're ironing them first so that your print lays nice and flat when you put it onto your item. But that's a great tip for the soft items, to make sure you're pre-pressing them. And again, we're giving it medium pressure. And then we'll go ahead and give it a second to cool and see how we did. But yeah, I think that this is super easy, guys. This would be a fun one to get into with the kids too. If you have a big project and you have a couple kids, they could all help and you'll get done real fast. Just saying. All right. Now we'll go ahead and let this cool off and then we'll give it a quick peel. You can also, if you have like a little fan, something like that, keep that nearby. That'll help cool things off quicker. All right. Let's see. Whoops. There we go, guys. It did its transfer. What do we think? Pretty cool, very easy. Who can't wait for these to be on the site? Let us know. But yeah, so in just that short amount of time, we customized 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. So if you're looking for a way to kind of increase your productivity as far as the crafts that you do or how quickly you can kind of turn out a product, this is something that might be right up your alley. Could be really useful to your business. Hopefully you had fun with us today. But yeah, I hope now we understand a little bit better the difference between the DTF for the soft surfaces and the UVDTF for the hard surfaces. But that's the biggest difference, guys. Just keep that in mind. The DTF needs the heat, whereas the UVDTF does not. So there we go. That's really all I have for you today, guys. Jesse, Danny, do we have anything else?
Stay crafty.
And stay tuned for the next live. We'll catch you on Instagram and TikTok.
And Jen, yeah, something like that.